Have you ever felt a profound sense of disconnection, a quiet ache that whispers you're merely a ghost moving through a vibrant world? That unsettling feeling of being overlooked, unheard, even when you're standing right in the middle of the crowd? It's a subtle form of loneliness, not necessarily the absence of people, but the absence of being truly seen, truly understood. And in those moments, a silent, desperate question often arises: where is God in this quiet invisibility? This feeling of fading into the background, of your unique light dimming, can be a deeply isolating experience. But what if within that very longing to be seen, there was an invitation to a connection far more profound and personal than you've ever known? This isn't about seeking external validation, but about discovering an internal truth that affirms your inherent worth, even when the world seems to pass you by. It was precisely in that space of quiet yearning and overlooked existence that Ethan, a software developer in his mid-30s, often found himself. He was at a bustling tech conference, the air thick with excited chatter about AI and blockchain, when the familiar wave of detachment washed over him. This wasn't just social anxiety. It was a deeper, almost existential sense of being a peripheral character in everyone else's story. The vibrant energy of the room, previously just stimulating, suddenly became a cacophony, a blur of faces and voices that seemed to move right through him. He tried to engage with a presentation on quantum computing, but the complex diagrams and enthusiastic speaker felt distant, like a show he was watching from behind a thick pane of glass. The only real thing was the hollow echo in his chest, a quiet hum of insignificance announcing his profound aloneness. Ethan, known in his small team for his meticulous code and quiet efficiency, felt a profound weight of detachment in his limbs, as if he could simply float away unnoticed. His hands, which minutes before had been deftly navigating lines of code, now felt heavy and useless. He clutched his conference badge, its plastic edge digging into his palm, trying to use the slight discomfort to ground him, to pull him back into the tangible world. But his mind was already elsewhere, in a vast, empty space, and the only question that echoed was, where is God in this? The room full of innovators, the cutting-edge technology, the entire digital world, everything dissolved into a distant, meaningless hum. He was alone, utterly alone, at the quiet center of an emotional vacuum no one else seemed to perceive, or perhaps chose not to acknowledge. He forced himself to smile, 1, 2, 3 times, each forced expression a monumental effort, each internal sigh a relief so tiny it was almost imperceptible. His throat felt tight, his chest ached with an unspoken weight, a silent cry trapped within. He knew this feeling. It had happened before, a subtle, personal battle, but never like this, never in such a public, stimulating setting where the expectation of connection was everything. A quiet despair began to mix with his invisibility, a secondary shadow threatening to obscure what little sense of self he had left. He just wanted to be seen, to be acknowledged, to be pulled from that room, from that moment, from this skin that seemed to be turning transparent, from a reality that felt utterly indifferent. Perhaps that's not exactly your scene. Maybe your battlefield is the overwhelming anonymity of a large city, or the quiet solitude of an empty apartment after a long day, or the frustrating feeling of being unheard in a family discussion. But perhaps the feeling is hauntingly familiar, that sudden unbidden sense of being a bystander in your own life, the emotional sensations that convince you something essential is missing, the profound sense of isolation even when surrounded by activity. The feeling that your voice has no echo and you're simply drifting, endlessly drifting, with God's presence sounding like a distant fading whisper, or worse, an utterly deafening silence. In these moments when life makes us feel small and insignificant, when the familiar turns alien and the path ahead disappears into a thick fog of self-doubt, it can feel like we are utterly alone. But what if that feeling of being alone is precisely where a deeper connection can begin? What if the very act of longing to be seen, of crying out for recognition, opens a door to a presence that has been there all along, waiting to be acknowledged? In this video, we're going to journey through a new story, an ancient psalm, a deep reflection, and a heartfelt prayer. And as we do, you'll see a single steady light burning, a quiet beacon in the vastness. It's more than just a symbol. It's a gentle, persistent reminder that God's light isn't just waiting for us at the end of our search for meaning. It arrives right here, in the middle of our quiet struggles, illuminating our inherent worth, even when we can't feel its warmth or fully see its source. It's a promise that even when you feel utterly overlooked, you are not forgotten. If any part of Ethan's story or these feelings resonates with you, please consider hitting the like button. It helps us know we're not alone in these struggles, and it helps this message reach others who might need it. Ethan's story, navigating that conference hall, is a snapshot of a moment many of us know all too well. That desperate feeling of needing to connect, to be noticed, to just be somewhere else when the world around you feels perfectly vibrant. But your internal world is a quiet maelstrom of insignificance. It's the quiet ache of waking up in the middle of the night, a sense of emptiness, convinced something is terribly wrong, even though the house is silent and everyone else is peacefully asleep. It's the insidious way invisibility can hijack your voice, your thoughts, your very sense of self, leaving you feeling like a stranger in your own skin, a prisoner in your own mind. It tells you insidious lies about what's happening, about what's coming, about who you are, and most painfully, about who God is. It whispers that you're utterly alone, that no one truly understands, and that this suffocating feeling will never, ever truly go away. And in those moments, when the waves of anonymity crash over you relentlessly, when your presence feels like it's fading, and your mind races with an endless loop of self-deprecating thoughts, it's not just natural, it's almost inevitable to wonder where God is. Does he truly see this quiet struggle? Does he genuinely care about this profound longing to be known? Does he even exist in this subtle, pervasive, all-consuming experience of being overlooked? It's incredibly difficult to pray when your throat is tight with unspoken words and your thoughts are fragmented, scattered like dust in the wind. It's almost impossible to believe in a loving, comforting presence when all you feel is an overwhelming, suffocating sense of being unseen. Yet, thousands of years ago, someone felt precisely this. They felt the world closing in, the relentless emotional grip of insignificance, the overwhelming sense of being utterly consumed by loneliness. And in their raw, desperate honesty, they wrote it down. This is from Psalm 139, a profound and honest cry from the depths of human longing, a psalm that courageously doesn't shy away from the terrifying reality of feeling unseen, but rather embraces it. Let's listen to just a few lines, slowly, letting them breathe and sink into your spirit. You have searched me, Lord, and you know me. You know when I sit and when I rise. You perceive my thoughts from afar. Pause there for a moment. You have searched me, Lord, and you know me. Doesn't that phrase capture the deepest human yearning to be truly known, not just superficially, but to the very core of our being? It's not merely a fleeting acquaintance, it's a profound, intimate understanding, a divine gaze that penetrates beyond the surface. And you know when I sit and when I rise, you perceive my thoughts from afar. Imagine a presence so intimately aware of your every movement, your every quiet contemplation, even the unspoken thoughts that flit through your mind. That's precisely what it feels like to be truly seen, truly acknowledged, not just in your actions, but in the silent landscape of your inner world. It's a profound, all-encompassing awareness that affirms your existence in every moment. You discern my going out and my lying down. You are familiar with all my ways. You discern my going out and my lying down. This isn't just about observation. It's about a deep, empathetic understanding of your daily rhythms, your routines, the quiet moments of your life. It's the comforting sensation that someone is intimately familiar with the fabric of your existence, the small, often unnoticed details that make up your day. And you are familiar with all my ways. Familiarity here implies not just knowledge, but a gentle, accepting recognition of your habits, your quirks, your unique path. When you feel overlooked, when your efforts seem to vanish into thin air, this verse whispers a profound truth. You are known deeply and completely by a presence that misses nothing. These aren't just ancient words etched on parchment. They are a profound mirror reflecting the very real, very emotional, very terrifying experience of feeling invisible that transcends time. They tell us with undeniable clarity that someone, long ago, knew this exact texture of longing, this exact sense of being overlooked and unheard. And in that profound knowing, in that shared human experience across millennia, there is a quiet, undeniable comfort. As you listen to these words, perhaps you can look at the single steady light in the video. Its flame is unwavering, even as the vastness around it might seem indifferent. It's a small light, yes, but it's undeniably there. It's a quiet, persistent reminder that God's presence isn't always a booming voice from the heavens or a sudden, miraculous intervention. Sometimes it's just a steady, quiet light, burning faithfully in the vastness, even when everything else feels like a relentless void. We just sat with the raw, unvarnished honesty of Psalm 139, acknowledging the deep human need to be known, to be seen, to be understood, especially when we feel like we're fading into the background. This raw, unflinching honesty from the psalmist grants us explicit permission to acknowledge the full, terrifying scope of our own struggles, without shame or judgment. Let's return to that powerful, almost visceral image of, "You have searched me, Lord, and you know me." When you feel like you're merely a shadow, what truly happens to your sense of self-worth? Does it feel like you're steering your own course, confidently navigating your purpose, or are you just being helplessly swept along, a mere leaf in a raging river of indifference? In those moments of invisibility, it's incredibly easy to feel utterly worthless, isn't it? Like you're being dragged downstream by a force far greater, far more relentless than yourself. The psalmist isn't just describing a bad day or a momentary setback. He's describing a complete and terrifying loss of agency, a profound feeling that life itself is actively pulling you under, threatening to submerge you completely. And for someone experiencing profound loneliness or invisibility, this isn't a mere metaphor. It's the lived, terrifying reality of the body and mind being overwhelmed, a complete system shutdown. It's the chilling fear that you'll never find solid ground again, that this relentless current will just keep pulling you further and further into the unknown, into an abyss of self-doubt. Now let's consider the equally potent images of, "You know when I sit and when I rise, and you are familiar with all my ways." When you feel those moments of quiet despair, those feelings of being utterly unremarked upon, does it feel like there's an easy, obvious way out? Or does every desperate struggle, every frantic attempt to break free, just seem to make the feeling of isolation deeper? The sense of being unheard more profound, the escape more impossible. This isn't just about feeling alone. It's about feeling alone in a way that feels like an ending. The insidious shame that often accompanies invisibility, the feeling that you should be able to make yourself seen, only tightens those cords, making the burden heavier. It's the profound loneliness of being caught in a silent struggle that no one else can see, an invisible battle where your own heart feels like the ultimate enemy, a betrayer. The psalmist gives voice to that profound sense of being bound, of having your freedom, your peace, your very life force constricted and suffocated. It's the terrifying fear that this feeling will consume you entirely, that you'll be permanently altered, permanently diminished, permanently scarred by it. What these images from the psalm do so powerfully and so timelessly is to tell us that it's profoundly okay to name the depth of our longing, the sheer intensity of our emotional sensations, and the profound, overwhelming sense of being overlooked. This isn't a text that tells you to just snap out of it or to have more faith as if it were a simple choice. It's a text that says, with a voice that echoes across millennia, I know this feeling, I know this yearning, I know this agonizing sense of being submerged and trapped. And the single, steady light burning beside us is a quiet, unwavering witness to this profound truth. It doesn't magically extinguish the darkness, but it exists powerfully within it. It reminds us that even when we feel completely submerged by the torrents of indifference, even when the cords of loneliness feel impossibly tight and suffocating, there is a light that persists, a presence that remains, even if we can't feel its warmth or fully see its source. It's not an explanation for the pain, but a quiet, unwavering companion within it, a beacon of enduring hope. If this message is bringing you a sense of comfort or understanding, consider subscribing to our channel. We share more reflections like this to help navigate life's challenging moments and find light in the darkness. In the last part, we sat with the raw, unvarnished honesty of Psalm 139, acknowledging the deep human need to be known, to be seen, to be understood, especially when we feel like we're fading into the background. The psalmist, in his profound wisdom, didn't pretend these feelings weren't utterly overwhelming. But the psalm, crucially, doesn't end there. It moves, not away from the pain, but courageously through it towards a profound declaration of trust and an experience of divine affirmation. This is where the narrative shifts, offering a glimmer of hope amidst the despair. Let's look at another powerful redemptive image from this psalm, one that offers a profoundly different perspective, a turning point. Where can I go from your spirit? Where can I flee from your presence? If I go up to the heavens, you are there. If I make my bed in the depths, you are there. when you're in those deep, churning waters of anonymity, feeling the relentless currents of indifference pull you down? What does it truly mean to imagine a presence so pervasive, so inescapable, that no matter where you go, you are utterly enveloped by it? Does it feel like a distant, abstract theological idea, or something deeply personal, intimately tangible, and desperately, urgently needed in that moment of feeling unseen? This isn't about God passively waiting for you to somehow find your way to Him on your own strength. It's about God actively, powerfully being everywhere you are, where the quiet despair has you gasping for every precious breath of recognition, and then, with unwavering strength, actively affirming your existence. It's a vivid picture of divine omnipresence, of a loving presence that doesn't just observe your struggle from a safe distance, but courageously enters it, being with you in every hidden corner. It acknowledges the profound truth that sometimes you simply cannot pull yourself out of the abyss of feeling unseen. You need to be found. This image speaks to the undeniable truth that even when you feel utterly helpless, completely spent, there is an ultimate strength, a divine presence that can reach into your deepest fear and begin to lift you, gently but firmly. It's not a promise that the feelings of invisibility will magically disappear, but a steadfast assurance that you won't be left to vanish in them. And then, the psalmist continues, describing the glorious outcome of this miraculous affirmation. If I rise on the wings of the dawn, if I settle on the far side of the sea, even there your hand will guide me, your right hand will hold me fast. After feeling the cords of loneliness tighten, the snares of self-doubt close in, and the torrents of indifference overwhelm, what does the profound idea of being guided and held fast by a divine hand truly evoke for you? Is it just physical space, a change of scenery, or something far more profound? A sacred space to breathe, to think, to simply be without the crushing, suffocating weight of feeling unseen and unheard. Being held fast is the absolute antithesis of the constricted, trapped, claustrophobic feeling of invisibility. It's room to breathe deeply, room to move freely, room for your scattered thoughts to finally settle and find coherence. It's the profound relief that comes when the intensity begins to recede, when the relentless grip of feeling unseen loosens, and you can finally take a full, unhindered, life-giving breath. This isn't necessarily about the external circumstances changing overnight or all your problems vanishing. It's about a profound internal shift, a moment of sacred reprieve where you can feel God's presence, not just in the struggle, but actively leading you through it, guiding you to safety. It's a powerful reminder that even after the most terrifying, soul-shaking moments, there can be a return to a place of peace, a place where you are held, safe, and deeply cherished. The psalmist reminds us that this rescue isn't just an act of duty, but an act of divine delight. God delights in knowing you, so how can this ancient psalm, these timeless words, truly enter your daily life, especially when the weight of loneliness or invisibility inevitably returns? It's not about a one-time fix, but a continuous practice of reorientation. When you feel that familiar tightening in your chest, that quiet ache of being overlooked, that overwhelming sense of being consumed, try this. Return to a specific verse. Pick a line like, "You have searched me, Lord, and you know me," or, "Even there your hand will guide me, your right hand will hold me fast." Don't just read it passively, feel it, let it resonate within you. Let these powerful words be an anchor, a lifeline in the vastness, Say them out loud, even if it's just a whisper, letting the sound ground you. Sit with a line before sleep. If the evenings are when loneliness spikes, when the quiet allows feelings of insignificance to amplify, take one of these phrases and let it be the very last thought before you close your eyes. It's not a magic spell, but a gentle, intentional reorientation of your focus, a quiet, defiant declaration of trust in the midst of uncertainty. Look at the steady light. As you engage in this practice, let your gaze rest on the light in the video. It's a visual anchor, a tangible reminder that light is always present, even when everything else feels dark and chaotic. It's not a light that banishes all shadows instantly, but one that steadily, faithfully burns. A quiet testament to a presence that is always there, searching you, knowing you, holding you fast, one precious breath at a time. Before we go any further, I want you to take a breath, a deep, slow, intentional breath. Let it fill your lungs and then release it slowly. Sometimes, in the midst of so many words, so much struggle, so much seeking, words need to stop. And the profound silence that follows can often do what no sentence, however eloquent, can ever achieve. Look at the light. Really look at it. See the flame, how it dances ever so slightly, a tiny, resilient flicker against the vast, darker background. Notice the subtle way the light catches, perhaps on a surface nearby, creating a soft, comforting glow. It's steady, isn't it? Quietly burning, unwavering in its purpose, a beacon of persistence. It doesn't demand your attention with a shout, but it holds its ground with a quiet, undeniable presence. I invite you now to breathe, just for a moment. Don't try to figure anything out. Don't try to solve any problem. Don't try to force any feeling. Just be present with that small, persistent light. Let it be a gentle, tender reminder of a quiet presence, a steady warmth, an enduring hope, even when everything else feels cold, uncertain, and overwhelming. Take another deep, slow breath. Let it be a moment of surrender, a moment of simply being. Welcome back. After that quiet, grounding moment with the light, let's return to the very heart of what we're exploring. We've talked about the raw, visceral reality of feeling unseen, the feeling of being swept away by torrents of indifference, and the profound, agonizing question of God's presence when He seems utterly silent. I don't know if this will make sense to everyone, but there's something I keep coming back to when I think about these moments. These feelings of invisibility that feel like an emotional assault, a betrayal from within, and the deafening silence from above. It's the honest, brutal truth that sometimes prayer feels like talking to the ceiling. You pour out your heart, you beg for recognition, you plead for a sign, you cry out for intervention, and all you seem to get back is the hollow echo of your own voice, amplified by the silence. Believing in God, truly believing with every fiber of your being, doesn't magically make the feeling of being unseen disappear. It doesn't miraculously stop the ache in your chest or the unspoken words from catching in your throat. In fact, sometimes, the very act of trying to hold on to faith in the midst of such profound emotional chaos can feel like an added burden, an impossible task. God can seem so absent, so distant, so utterly silent for so long that you begin to wonder if He was ever really there at all, or if you just imagined Him, a comforting illusion. It's okay to admit that. It's okay to feel that. It's okay to voice that profound, unsettling doubt. I've been sitting with this for a while, this agonizing tension between unwavering faith and the brutal, undeniable reality of pain. And I don't have all the easy answers. I can't promise you that if you pray harder, the feeling of invisibility will miraculously vanish. I can't tell you that God will instantly change your circumstances, or that the deep, dark valley you're walking through will suddenly, effortlessly become a sunlit mountaintop. The valley is real. The feeling of being unseen is real. And sometimes it's very, very long, stretching out endlessly before you. Your struggle is not a sign of weak faith or a punishment for some hidden sin. It's a profound sign of being human, of living in a world where bodies and minds are fragile, susceptible to pain, and where the spiritual journey often involves wrestling with profound doubt, agonizing fear, and persistent uncertainty. But here's what I've come to understand, and it's not a simple resolution, but a profound reorientation. It's a different, more resilient way of standing inside the same difficult, painful situation. Remember those depths from Psalm 139, the ones the psalmist felt he was desperately sinking into. And then the powerful line, "If I make my bed in the depths, you are there." For a long time, I, like many, imagined God pulling me out of the depths and setting me on dry, safe land, far away from the danger, the struggle, the fear. But what if "you are there" doesn't always mean instant, complete removal from the struggle? What if it means being known, firmly and lovingly, within the struggle itself? Think about Ethan navigating that conference hall. He was still in the immediate grip of the aftermath of feeling unseen. The external situation hadn't fundamentally changed. The feeling had happened and its echoes lingered. But perhaps in that moment of needing to connect, of needing to be noticed, of needing a single moment of reprieve, there was a subtle yet profound shift. Not a full resolution, but a reorientation. A tiny, almost imperceptible movement from being completely consumed by the torrents of indifference to finding a small internal space to breathe, to think, to simply be, even if the waves were still crashing violently around him. This is where the image of God being in the depths with us takes on a new, richer, more profound layer of meaning. It's not just about being rescued from the depths, but being known in the depths. It's about finding a way to remain present, to keep breathing, to maintain your sense of self, even when you're still submerged, even when the currents are strong. It's about realizing that God's hand isn't always pulling you to a distant, safe shore, but sometimes it's simply holding you steady, keeping your head above water, right there in the midst of the storm, right there in the heart of the chaos. The spacious place isn't always a physical location, a geographical escape. It can be a profound internal spaciousness, a tiny sacred pocket of peace that God creates within you, a sanctuary for your soul, even when the external world and your internal sensations are still overwhelmingly chaotic. The single, steady light burning here with us is a perfect visual for this profound truth. It's not burning in a perfectly calm, safe, sterile room, devoid of all struggle. It's burning in this space, with this conversation, with this pain, with this uncertainty. Its light is inside the tunnel, not just waiting patiently at the very end. It doesn't magically make the tunnel disappear, but it makes the arduous journey through it possible, illuminated. It's a quiet, persistent presence that whispers, "You are not alone in this. You are known." Even when you can't feel it, even when you can't see it, there is a hand reaching down, holding you, steadying you right here, right now, in this very moment. This isn't about finding an easy answer to why the feeling of invisibility happens or why God feels distant. It's about finding a way to remain present, to remain known, to remain connected within the profound, often uncomfortable question itself. It's about cultivating a quiet openness, a radical willingness to be held, to be sustained, even when everything in you wants to fight, to flee, or to simply give up. It's about discovering that sometimes the deepest faith is found not in certainty, but in the courage to keep seeking, to keep breathing, to keep trusting, even in the darkest night. We've walked through some deep, often difficult, and profoundly personal territory together. We've acknowledged the raw, visceral reality of feeling unseen, the feeling of being swept away by torrents of indifference, and the profound, agonizing question of God's presence when He seems utterly silent. We've also begun to reorient our understanding, seeing that God's hand can reach down and hold us even in the deep waters, creating a spacious place within our very souls, not just at the end of the struggle, but right in the midst of it. Now, as we move towards the final, sacred part of our time together, I want to extend a deeply personal invitation to you, an invitation to prayer. This isn't about performing or finding the perfect eloquent words, or even feeling a certain prescribed way. It's simply about showing up exactly as you are, with everything you're carrying in your heart and mind. If you feel like your faith is hanging by the thinnest of threads, bring that thread. If you feel utterly exhausted, bring your exhaustion. If you feel angry, frustrated, or confused, bring your anger, your frustration, your confusion. God, in His infinite capacity, can work with all of it, with every raw, honest emotion. There are no rigid rules here, no demanding expectations. But if it helps to ground you, you might consider a simple physical gesture. Perhaps placing a hand gently over your heart as a tender way to acknowledge the tenderness and vulnerability you might be feeling in this moment. Or if you feel comfortable, you could softly close your eyes for a moment to quiet the external world and focus inward on your own breath, on your own being. You might even just rest your gaze on the steady light, letting its unwavering flame be a gentle anchor for your thoughts, a focal point for your spirit. Take one slow, intentional breath before we begin. Just one. Let it be an invitation to simply be for a moment, to rest in the present, to allow yourself to be held. I don't know if it's a mere coincidence that you ended up watching this video today, at this precise moment in your life. Maybe it is. But maybe, just maybe, there's a profound reason you're here right now in this sacred space. And whatever you've brought with you, the doubt, the exhaustion, the half-belief, the full-blown feeling of being unseen, the quiet hope, know that it's all welcome here. God meets us not where we should be, not where we pretend to be, but precisely where we are, in our raw, authentic truth. If this journey has resonated deeply with you, if it has offered even a glimmer of light, please consider sharing it with someone who might desperately need to hear this message. You never know whose darkness a little light, a little understanding might profoundly touch. All right, if you're ready, let's pray together. You don't need to repeat after me, or even say anything out loud. Just listen, and let these words be a reflection of your own heart, or simply a quiet, heartfelt offering in this sacred moment. Let us pray. O God, we come before you, not with perfect faith, not with all the answers, but with honest, vulnerable hearts. We confess that sometimes the world feels overwhelmingly indifferent. and our own presence feels like it's fading, turning transparent. We confess the quiet ache of being overlooked, the crushing sense of anonymity, the suffocating feeling of invisibility that grips us, that feels exactly like those depths where we make our bed, like torrents of indifference sweeping us away into an abyss of self-doubt. We confess the agonizing moments when we cry out, "Where are you in all of this?" When your voice seems utterly silent and your comforting presence feels impossibly distant. We bring you our quiet longings, our unspoken words, our trembling, unsteady hearts. We bring you the insidious shame of feeling utterly unremarked upon, the profound exhaustion of constant vigilance and internal battle for recognition. We bring you the gnawing doubt, the unanswered questions, the moments when hope feels like a luxurious dream we cannot possibly afford. And in this profound vulnerability, we humbly ask for your unwavering presence. Not necessarily to miraculously remove the storm, but to be intimately with us in it, to be our anchor. Search us, we pray, Lord, and know us with your strong, loving gaze. Be there, we ask, in our depths, not always to dry land, but to a place where we can breathe, where we can feel your hand steadying us, supporting us, even as the waves of indifference crash relentlessly around us. Help us to find that spacious place within our souls, that internal calm you alone can create, even when the external world and our internal sensations are still overwhelmingly chaotic. Remind us through the quiet, persistent flicker of a light, through the gentle, rhythmic beat of our own hearts, that your light persists, that your love endures, that you are here, not just waiting patiently at the end of the tunnel, but right here, right now, in the very middle of our deepest darkness. You are the steady hand, the quiet presence, the unwavering light, our constant companion. Thank you for seeing us, for hearing our silent cries, for holding us in your infinite grace. May we rest in the profound knowledge that we are never truly alone, and that even in our deepest fears, our most agonizing moments, we are held by an everlasting, unconditional love. Amen. Thank you for joining me on this journey, for sharing this sacred space. Remember, the light continues to burn, a symbol of enduring hope. And so does the light of God's presence, even in the deepest waters of our lives. If you found solace, strength, or a moment of peace in this message, please consider leaving a comment below to share your thoughts and experiences. Your story matters, and it can bring light to others. And don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more reflections like this as we continue to explore faith, hope, and healing together. May you find profound peace and enduring strength in the days ahead.